Good morning. It is Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021 at about 8:40 in the morning. I want to quickly go through current positions, and then we could talk a little bit about the current state and uh, and see where we're going. Um, okay, first, Bitcoin currently in a trade that I showed the other day when I took it. It's not part of the main strategy. If you're in the strategy position, which I recommended down here, you're doing exceptionally well. If there was a signal to get out of that position, I would immediately publish a video showing it. But currently, that position exists. Also, if you got in down here at 3,150, as I highly recommended when we were in extreme fear, um, you'd still be doing fantastic with about almost a 47% gain on that position currently. Things are still looking bullish for Bitcoin. There has been a short-term pullback or correction. Not surprising. We've hit extreme greed multiple times along this route. Currently sitting in greed. I'll flip over to that if you're in greed index quickly. We've maintained just being in greed basically all week. We have come out of extreme greed. Back here, the last day of extreme greed was 21st. And since then, had up and down action. We're still in a long-term uptrend. We still have not seen this cup and handle play out, but right now, things are looking very bullish still for Bitcoin. Ethereum is looking even more bullish than Bitcoin. As I said the other day, when I sent the video out here on the 28th, I expected all-time highs at any time. I didn't know if it would happen within the next day, but it did happen the next day. Hit all-time highs, had a small pullback, broke again today. This morning, we are broken above all-time highs again. And again, Ethereum looking extremely bullish. There was the strategy signal here. There has been no strategy signal to go short or get out of that long position like you see over there. It has maintained. We're still in a nice, strong, very strong uptrend, and now looking even stronger. And if today closes above previous all-time highs again, and close above this position again after this slight pullback, be prepared. Ethereum could go the rest of the way toward this layout of this cup and handle, this large cup and handle I talked about the other day at about 6,200. That would now be in sights. Additionally, over the large pattern, if you bring out the Fibonacci, you bring out a couple because several things have happened, but right now, and I'll try to do this as quickly as possible, from all-time highs, which we're currently at, down to here, this big low, this Fibonacci level comes in 1.618. Of course, it has to get through this 1.272. There would be some resistance around here, but the 1.618 is right up at about the same as that cup and handle pattern. If we go to the recent swing low, you can see along the way we have several Fibonacci levels to go through at about 5,000, which is also at a round number. Just like 4,500, we're probably going to see some pullback when we get to 4,500 because I'm sure there are a lot of sell orders just sitting out there at 4,500, so it's likely to see a pullback. The 1.62 level is coming in right at about 5,000, so I would expect there to be resistance there. It's a It's a round number, a psychological number, as well as the Fibonacci level. And then up around here, you've got this Fibonacci level, but it also coincides with about 5,500. Again, likely to have some pullback, and then the cup and handle. So there are going to be some pullbacks along the way up to this level, even if it does play out. But right now, everything looks very bullish for Ethereum. Let's go to Link. Link, I have no current position in. You saw this stopped out overnight the other day, and I have not re-entered a position. Still very bullish. It's going up. Dogecoin. This this coin, or Dogecoin, however I want to say it, doesn't matter. It's garbage, just like most of the altcoins. Doesn't mean you can't play it and make money. Just know what you're putting your money in. This is not the next Bitcoin. This is a garbage coin that may do well, may do nothing, but you can make money along the way. For me, this does not hit my strategy level very well. A little bigger for you, but this one does okay. I've done okay on a few trades, but overall, this is one of the few that is not a winning strategy for me. See, I took one here and it's gone the other way. By comparison, I'm going to flip back to another one that does well, like Ethereum. You can see, I don't want to make it too hard to see, but you can see that every single one on here, except for this one, this was basically slight loser if you followed the strategy. So shorting here, buying here when you get the signal, buying here, selling here, huge win, shorting here until you got the opposite signal, massive win, downside, tiny win to the upside, decent win to the downside of about, and a tiny one like this is still a 13.5% win. Even this minuscule little win right here, it's a 5% win. I mean, it's nothing to sneeze at. And this massive win up here, even if you rode it all the way, which you wouldn't probably, but you're down that far, even if you did, and another massive win, 72% win, small win here to the upside, small win to the downside, which here's an example. You probably would not ride this one all the way to the next signal, which would be about 7%. Personally, I set this at my target at massive support area down here, so you end up with a larger win. Then I'd wait till I got the signal to go long. If you got this signal to go long and took it with me, as I showed, you'd be currently sitting at very, very large gains. But anyway, this strategy works very well. Highly successful strategy. Back to Dogecoin. This one, Dogecoin hasn't been around very long, so there's only been a few opportunities, but it's a low percentage winner. As you can see, this one's playing out as a loser right now. Cardano currently, yesterday I stopped out of this, or the day before yesterday I stopped out of this for a small loser. I'm not in currently any position in Solana. Saw this one, I believe, the other day. I stopped out. Not stopped out. I hit profit targets. It just peaked above my profit targets, and that one was a nice winner. Currently playing out an ascending wedge pattern. That, if it breaks out of this pattern, which it looks like it's going to, the next several days at the most, the next price target for that is showing up here at about 232. So that would be, if you were willing to take it. I'm not taking it just yet, but if you're willing to take it now, it's about a 12 to 13% gain. Litecoin, I'm still in this position from when I took it the other day. and it's doing well. It had a small pullback, and it bounced off this 200 period moving average and 200-day moving average, and launched from there. It's doing well. SHIB, the last time this video a couple of days ago, I had no position in SHIB. It's done unbelievably well. Since it was in this kind of coiling up consolidation correction zone, I thought I would take a quick flyer. I didn't publish it because it's risky and I didn't put a lot of money, but I just wanted to have a little something in SHIB since it's becoming kind of a meme stock, if you will. They're getting interested on Wall Street bets and other stuff. SNX, still in this position that I took way back here. You saw I'm still riding it. I kept it in as I showed you before. So you've seen at least 2 videos where I've been in this position, and I'm leaving it because I'm still bullish overall on Bitcoin and Ethereum. We are still in amazing uptrends. Ren, I'm currently in losing position on this one. I'm still in it because for the same reasons as the others. It's still in a long-term uptrend. I did get the signal to go short, but I didn't take it. At this point, it would have been a great thing to do, but I still believe in this long-term uptrend, and it has not stopped me out yet. If it does, it does. Cake, I have nothing in. Dot, I do actually still have this position. It shows me hitting my profit target. If you remember when I was talking about these pennant patterns, this was the price target out of that pennant. I initially had my stop set just below that, but yesterday it was making such a large impulsive move to the upside that I removed my target at this point. Between the fact that it was moving so strongly, and I'm very bullish on Ethereum right now, I removed the target at this point. I just moved my stop up so that basically I can't lose in the position. My stop is way up here at about 50, and I'm just gonna ride it out and see what happens at this point. If it blasts off again, I may move my stop up again. Right now, I'm playing with house money, as they say, so why not keep going? H bar, still a small position in this one. It's not doing a lot. Spike up here, didn't hit my target. Had a little correction. Let's see what happens. OMG, I am in a position here, and it's currently doing well. Wow, this one is just exploding. It's up 100% today. So maybe this is the new meme coin, if you will, but this is just today. Since 8 o'clock last night, it's bouncing around at a 100% gain just today. I laugh because I actually stopped out. I took a small position here. It did some consolidation and then just exploded. Overnight, actually, I didn't see it, but it hit my targets. If I would have been awake and seen such an explosive move to the upside, I would have removed my target. Look at that. This thing was going absolutely crazy today. It's a dangerous spot to get in. I'm not going to get into this because with massive spikes like this, unless there's some amazing news I don't know about, what's often likely to follow after a huge impulsive move to the upside is a correction. You can see that in every case. When it first opened here, explosive move up, just as big a move down. Explosive move up, almost as big a move down. Consolidation a little bit, explosive move up, and the same kind of a pullback. Here, it's just too risky. It could explode and keep going. Do another like GME, or it could stop right here and pull right back down. So In fact, if you go to a lower time frame after that explosion, let's go to the 1 hour time frame. This. Each time we've had a little consolidation and then an explosion. See here, explosion up, little consolidation, explosion up. It's a pretty good gain for an hour. Consolidation, big move up, more consolidation, massive move up. So this is pretty exciting. If you're in it, good for you. I am not in it, unfortunately. I wish I were. And let's see, a couple more. XLM, I have no position in, and Algo, I do have a small position in. You can see it's done the same thing. Explosive move to the upside, really consolidating down. This one was just a gamble. It's not part of a strategy. I just saw consolidation, and I'm very bullish on crypto, so I took a small position. It hasn't done anything, but I am kind of expecting a good move to the upside. All right, so don't have too much more to say. A good time to be in crypto. Right now, everything looks extremely positive. Don't be surprised about pullbacks along the way. I mean, see, this is a pretty sizable pullback right here of about 7%. Last time a few days ago, hit all-time highs, had a pullback all the way down to another 7%. So that can be very scary when it's happening. Let me drop down to the 1 hour time frame. And if you're in this, like if you bought in at the all-time highs, it's exploding up and you think, oh my gosh, I'm missing out on something. So you did a little FOMO, fear of missing out. And then you watch your money just decrease. And a lot of people freak out and sell at that point. But I would just encourage at that point, look on a higher time frame, go back to the daily, and look at it over the long term, and see for yourself that it's like any time frame, even the worst periods, like this massive crash right here, it has gone back in just not too long of a time and broken past at all-time highs. And if you take any time period in history and look, just take any 3-year time period, even the huge bear market, they called it, of 2018. Here it is. Look at this massive crash for an entire year. It went down by 93%. So if you had $100 in at the beginning of this, which was January of 2018, by the same time a year later, 1 year later, you'd have $6 in your account. And this can be one of the most scary things that people see. But then if you had not sold, you see now as the time frame goes on, that $6, if that stayed in there, that $6 would now have grown into by 4,700%. So that original $100 you put in right here, that was now $6. If you kept it in there, a few years later, that would now be $400. So I would just encourage looking at the bigger picture whenever you go through these really scary times. It is okay. Like here, I have a signal to get out. I would get out. And then when you get the signal to go in again. And I will publish these. My plan is anyways to publish these signals. They've proven to work. And anyway, just keep that in mind. It's very scary when you lose money, but every period so far where you've lost money, both here in crypto and in the stock market, has been followed by, in the broad markets I'm talking, bear periods have been followed by bull periods that have surpassed them every time in history. Right now, I have no reason to think that will change. So good luck to you. Happy trading. Enjoy. This is a bull time. Enjoy it.